This is David Garlow, and I'm talking to Rachel Bolen of Skid Row. Appreciate you taking the time for this today. It's really good to hear some new Skid Row again, man.
It's been a while. It's funny. We were playing one night. We got off stage and had a really good show. I forget exactly where it was, but I think it was Snake that said, "Man, we really have to put out a new record soon." And we started thinking back. We're like, has 7 years really gone by that fast? Because a lot of people don't realize how much we tour. And as stupid as it sounds, we just lost track of time. And so we're like, man, we got to start writing. So we really wanted to, we got the experimental record out of the way, so we really wanted to focus on retracing our roots, and I think we accomplished it. A lot of people are saying it's kind of where Slave to the Grind left off, which is a really good thing to hear,
Yeah, Slave to the Grind, one of my all-time favorite albums, so...
Awesome.
Now let's start with a new EP. First off, you're going the EP route versus the full album, which I'm seeing a lot from a lot of bands nowadays. Can you tell me why you chose to do it this way?
Well, there's a few reasons. The economic times being one, we figured it would be a lot easier for a Skid Row fan to, throw down $6 on an EP rather than, $12, $14 on a full length.
Correct.
Two, the thought of doing 3 small bodies of work over 2 years' time that ends up being one large body of work with extras, I thought was really cool, and a really cool way of doing things. That leads to the third reason is the times of information overload, whether it's a video game or movies coming at you or CDs and whatnot. I think it's kind of cool to take a breath in between everything, and people could kind of digest what we're doing, and then we come out with some new stuff, and they could do it again, and then when the full package comes out at the end, there's special extras in there. So it kind of seemed like a win-win for us, and the fact that we don't all live in the same neighborhood anymore, we don't even live in the same states anymore, so it's like, from a songwriter standpoint, it takes a lot of pressure off.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I think people's their attention spans are a little bit shorter than they used to be, just with social media and the internet and everything. So the EP does make sense, and I see it. So
yeah, cool.
All right, now my friend Rockin' Randy, who's the biggest Striper fan in the world that I've ever met in my life, asked me to say, when will we get the next one?
We're looking at early 2014. That's what we're looking. That's what we're aiming for right now. We were shooting towards Halloween, and then the touring just became very extensive and took up a lot of time. So we're taking the last week of December off, and January and February to really get on it. And hopefully, we've been writing like crazy and demoing, so we have a bunch of songs in the can right now. But we're just going to keep going until we could really get it together and pick the 5 that we like. Our 5 favorites, and then go into the studio and do it for real.
Awesome. Now, the band has been through changes over the years. Obviously, anybody that is a longtime fan knows that. But, the newer fans coming on board now, the younger kids, what would you say is different now versus then?
As far as Skid Row? Or
yeah, Skid Row, the band.
Well, I mean, we have the same... It's the same core guys, and Johnny's been in the band he's going in his 14th year, and Rob is going into his 5th, I think, 4th or 5th. But we have the same attitudes, go out, play as hard as you can every night, and prove yourself, and we don't really rely on our past as much as one would think. We want to do it. We want to make new music, and we want to make sure that everything's quality, and we go out, we play as hard as we can, and just try to make people feel they got their money's worth.
Absolutely. All right, now with all that out of the way, sorry I had to do it. Let's talk the new EP. Typical awesome rock songs with a groove, aggression. You and the guitars form what has to be one of the best all-time rock groupings, bar none. So I'll go with Let's Go as an example of just how awesome you guys nail things. How does a typical song get together for you three musically on the strings?
Well, we play by feel. I think if all of us sat down, we could actually. Well, I couldn't chart music, but
I can't either.
Snake probably could, but we just play by feel, man, and that's how we write as well. And when we get together in a room, whether it's Snake and I write the bulk of stuff, but whoever gets together, we just kind of bounce ideas off of each other. And when the other person gets lit up, we're like, okay, let's work with that one. Cool. And so you're both on the same page, and we just take it from there. And just sometimes it comes together really fast, sometimes it doesn't. Let's Go came together really fast. Kings of Demolition, we rewrote the song about 4 times until we were completely satisfied with everything, lyrics, melody, arrangement, and all that. We like to get stuff as complete as possible before we even venture into the studio to really record it,
Right.
So that's kind of how we've always done things like that, and no matter who actually writes the song, it's truly not a Skid Row song until all 5 of us put our personalities into it,
Right. Now, the song Get Up, that's got to be just it's really a great anthem song, which you don't hear that much anymore. But yours isn't like the old anthem, it's like it's new. Great breaks everywhere, definitely going to be a great live tune.
Yeah, I can't wait to start playing that live. We're starting to add more and more. We have 2 songs in the set now off of United World Rebellion, off the first chapter, and we want to keep adding more. We just don't want to inundate people. Sometimes people get bitter if you stick too many new things in.
Right.
Because unless you're going to do a 2.5-hour show with a catalog as much as we have now, you got to pull something out to put something in. So we're gradually putting stuff in and seeing what works. But I can't wait to start playing that one live.
Yeah, definitely. Now, the EP ends with a typical signature Skid Row power ballad, This Is Killing Me. You guys do it better than anybody anyway. But can you talk about that tune, and what do you think about playing that one live?
Well, that's probably going to be the next one on the list because we did put out a lyric video for it, and especially over in Europe, the European label is really pushing that song at radio now. So we'll see what happens. The Kings of Demolition did great at radio, especially overseas, and so we're hoping that does as well. And if we put it in the set for a good reason like that, I'm down. It's one of those songs that it kind of came together, and when we were done, especially when we were done with the demo, we kind of all looked at each other. We're like, man, this could have been on the first record, And it's a good feeling to be able to tap into your roots again, because a lot of times you could try to do that, and a lot of bands try to do that, and it's hard. It's really hard to retrace your steps, especially when you've been around for 25 years, And I think we hit the nail on the head doing it with that one, especially.
Yeah, the whole EP, man, you guys nailed it. You guys, it's definitely, you hear it and you're like, oh, damn, that's Skid Row. So,
right on.
Now you guys are going to be in Pentonville, New York on September 8th with a bunch of really good local bands in support, as well as like Stone Soul Foundation out of Chicago. What can fans expect from you guys on stage?
It's just going to be the aggression and the fun that you always expect. We don't take ourselves too seriously, but we take our music serious, and we go out there and we lay it all out. If someone doesn't get hurt during the show, then we did something wrong. Meaning someone on stage, one of us, not someone in the crowd.
All right.
If one of us haven't pulled a muscle or broken a bone or something, we feel like we failed. But it's just high RPM, low IQ. Typical Skid Row show.
Awesome. All right, well, thanks again for the time, and I look forward to the show. Hopefully I'll get a chance to do a quick in-person with you guys.
Absolutely, man.
And the last one, the typical last question of any interview, anything that you want to say to the fans, especially here around the Syracuse area, that'll be going.
Yeah, man, the unconditional support we've received from everyone over the last 25 years has been amazing, and that doesn't go every time we step out on stage. And we're looking forward to it, man. The Northeast is always, most of us are from the Northeast. Our drummer is actually from Buffalo.
Yeah, what town is he from?
All I know is Buffalo.
I just saw that this morning, but I was like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where he grew up, and he moved to Atlanta. That's where I met him, was down here. But, yeah, man, we're looking forward to it. And if anybody wants to keep up with what we're doing, skidrow.com.